Indeed he could. That was some entrance from Erling Haaland to Premier League life with the reigning champions Manchester City. You scored 17 minutes into your Premier League debut, never mind 36, but in all seriousness, give us an idea of what it's like to get your first taste of that and to score straight away.
Well, for me it was different. I was very young and coming into the Premier League as a 17-year-old. Erling's obviously played, you know, at virtually every level already and proven himself as a world-renowned goal scorer. So he would have come into this game expecting to score goals, whereas I was hoping to score goals, but I mean we didn't have to wait long to see what a world-class talent he is.
We don't have to wait long to end those comparisons because we can, delighted to say, speak to the man himself live at the London Stadium, Erling Haaland. Erling, well done, many congratulations. What an entry to life at Manchester City. How did that feel?
Yeah, thank you for that. Good moment for me and my family, and yeah, I'm proud.
And to hit the ground running straight away, how important was that for you?
Yeah, it was good. We knew this was going to come. Maybe a little bit talking from last week, but that's how it is. And yeah, it's about keep going. Now it's almost 30 minutes since last goal, so we have to keep going.
How did it feel to get that penalty straight away?
Yeah, it was good feeling, and yeah, as you guys said, important.
Erlin, it's Sean Wright-Phillips here. How did it feel with the change from, say, the Community Shield game to the game today, that the actual runs that you were making, you was receiving the ball and to be on the end of them?
Yeah, it's you know how it is in early stage of the season, you know, pre-season and everything. I played one game before the Community Shield, and then I got 90 minutes there, and yeah, feeling better now. And as you can see throughout the whole game, the chances will come, the passes will come even more. You saw Phil had one I should be through, as well as Gundogan right before I got subbed off, so it will come more.
Erling, it's Michael Owen here. Congratulations again. I was just wondering how excited you are. You're probably the best goal scorer in the world at the moment, and you're playing alongside probably the best assist maker in the world in terms of Kevin De Bruyne. That combination must fill you with so much excitement.
Yeah, of course, and I've been watching him for many years, and not only him, don't forget the others as well. You know, you have many others in the team, it's not only him, but as you say, he has some good passes in him.
And in terms of today's game, there were a few opportunities actually where your runs possibly weren't spotted. I mean, there was two where they were and you put them away perfectly well, but there were a few chances as well. Do you think there's more to come from that combination between you and your teammates, the more and more they understand your game?
Yeah, without doubt, and this is what I just said, you know, it will come even better, you know. It's I've been training with them for a month now, and you know, it can take time with chemistry and everything, but as well, when the level is so high, it's easier, you know. So it's about keep building on this, on these combinations, you know, where the people like to put the ball and where you want it, and to get it to fit together, you know, because if we can do that, yeah, then we're talking.
And just finally, you mentioned your family. A proud moment. Your father was there to see that. That would have been very special to see you in a blue shirt as well today.
Yeah, of course, and yeah, I see now. Yeah, he's happy. That's good to see. But yeah, it's a nice moment, and we are really happy. Hopefully, he is happy, and yeah, it's good in the end to get my debut in the Premier League, where he also played.
Well, it was some start. Very well done. Thanks very much indeed for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
Congratulations to Erling Haaland. Why wouldn't he enjoy that moment following in his father's footsteps?
Well, I would, but it took me a year to score my first goal for City.
I wasn't going to bring that up.
No, it's a massive step for him, especially for his confidence. Like Michael said, he's probably one of the best finishers there are at the minute. And to hit the ground running like that with the amount of games coming up, especially in the Premier League, which is the toughest league in the world, it's a great start.
And his demeanour, his personality, you know, nothing phases him. You can tell that, can't you, Paul?
No, such a young player as well, so confident. I mentioned Ruud van Nistelrooy twice before. It reminds me so much of him, such a ruthless finisher. When he gets through, you feel he's going to score, and you feel he's not going to give the keeper a chance. Even looking at his penalty, he was so certain about it, just a step up and bang straight into that bottom right hand corner. And look, it was a great debut. As I said, I thought it might take a bit of time. I was slightly wrong again, but this lad's got real quality, and his goal scorer, his movement. Imagine playing behind him. as a midfield player.
Well, give us an insight. I mean, you had Van
really-
Nistelrooy, so
Yeah.
he obviously scored twice on his Premier League debut, ironically. as
There,
well.
there wasn't just Rude, there was Michael, Ian Wright as well, there was so many brilliant, Andy Cole. You got to have some kind of relationship. It's funny, you look at the United game, there's no relationship between a midfield and attack. You look at them relationships straight away, De Bruyne, Foden, Grealish, Gundogan, into Haaland. That's what makes a team tick. It makes a team play good football. Getting them relationships are so important. And look, it doesn't take long either. You know, you think he's only been there 3 or 4 weeks. When you're a clever player, when you know as a midfield player, you only need to see him for a couple of days. You see what movement, see what he's got, see how quick he is, know where to put the ball. It's just a dream to play behind. And this team, I don't think goal scoring was their problem, but they will score a lot more goals with this level in the team.
You've spoken to me many times about that relationship, particularly you had with Gerrard for a couple of seasons, where you didn't even need to look at him. You knew the ball was coming in. And he's shown signs of that straight away today, hasn't he?
He has. And Scholesy touched on it, though. It doesn't take long. With great players, they're not great players because they're, bigger or stronger. It's that. It's what's between your ear makes a great player, between your ears. And as soon as you get two players on, on a par, on a level, on an understanding, because bear in mind, you can't speak on a pitch. You're 30 yards away with 80,000 people. You can't hear it. It's all about the looks they give you, what they do. The little eyes, the little shimmies, the body angles, the tiny little things that don't give the game away to your opposition, but just a little sign, Scholesy, I'm about to go. I'm not going yet, but he knows I'm about to go because I've given him a little sign, or the way I've come off suggests that I'm not wanting it to feet. It's the tiny little signs, and great players have just got that. And straight away, as soon as you play alongside other top players, you just get that chemistry straight away. And I know we all talk about, they've got to practice in training and more and more and more, and it's the stock answer because you've got to be respectful for everyone and things like that. But that's just the greatest evidence of all time. Straight away, playing with great players, he plays well automatically. So it's just a match made in heaven at the moment.
It's all in
that
the
team
eyes,
are
Steve.
it's
in the eyes.
Yeah.
Honestly, you don't. As Michael said, you can't really hear each other. I mean, you can't speak. You're 30, 40, 50 yards away sometimes. Okay, sometimes you're closer and you may speak a little bit, but just a little look at each other, and you both know you're both on the same level because you've been doing it in training. And I'd say, as Michael said, it doesn't take long. 2 or 3 days with a forward, you know what he wants.
And because he's so good, Sean, and because the players around him are so good, this is what the guys are saying. That connection is virtually there straight away.
Yeah, I thought, like Paul said, I thought it may have took him a little bit longer after seeing the Community Shield game. I thought it wouldn't have happened this weekend, maybe next weekend or the weekend after. But like you said, when you're clever and you have that football IQ, you just get on with it. I remember when I was first coming through at City, and I was only a young lad, and as you said, I used to just dribble everywhere. And I was playing with Al Berkovic, and he just said to me, just give me the ball, run, you don't need to shout. And he used to give it back to me one touch all the time, and then we just built a relationship where I didn't even need to have the ball, that I knew he wanted me to run in behind the fullback so he can pass that ball in between the centre-back and the fullback, and it worked for years.
All round today for Erling Haaland, just before he came up, you've had a close look at him. What apart from the goals, what impressed you the most?
I loved every part of his game, the variety of his game, Steve. Coming short here, his lovely first touch, keeping the ball, and then not just switching off, not thinking you've done your job, but he's ready for the next one as well. Always on that edge, always on the back line, getting into dangerous positions in the box. Here he sort of peels off, he gets in between the two centre-halves, Foden inches away from a perfect cross. And again here, as soon as he knows Jack Grealish is in good possession of the ball, spinning, running in behind, Jack really should have passed him the ball there. That was a big opportunity. Gundogan in this instance, again, possibly not so obvious because he might have had to go down one side or another. Wasn't quite on, so I don't blame Gundogan there, but that probably spiked his awareness and thought, right, next time I'm going to be playing him through, and this is that next time. He just sets off, he's on his bike straight away, and the power, how he covers the ground so quickly. Perfect touch to go around the goal. He knows that that's a penalty before he's even touched it. He's playing for that penalty, and then, as Scholesy says, strokes it in, absolutely effortless. And again, his control, his link-up play, everything about it. I mean, he's just a world-class player, and he showed that today.
everything was there. It was an all-round performance, wasn't it? Even his play outside the box, as you said, we was a little bit concerned about that, but he did everything very simple, I thought, outside the box. And he did this brilliantly, his movement and his goal scoring. And it's frightening to see. I don't think he's fully fit yet. You think of towards the end of last season, he hardly played a game. He had a lot of injuries. That's probably his third or fourth game back. So he's still got 5 or 6 games where you're thinking to reach full peak fitness. And when he gets a run of 10, 15 games going together, if he can, touch what he does, because he is someone who does seem to pick up a few injuries. But if he gets 10, 15 games together, this lad, he just could be anything he wanted to be.
You know what I loved about him the most as well is that he always gave West Ham centre-backs something to think about. Like the guy said, when he came short, that wasn't enough for him. Even if he wasn't getting the ball, he was pushing them back, which then creates more space in between for like those smart players like your Kevin De Bruyne, your Phil Fodens and your Gundogan's, that creates those chances so he's closer to goal. So for me, he's like everyone said, his all-round game today was fantastic.
Perfect start for Manchester City then, 12 months on, having lost in London to Spurs. They've beaten West Ham, Erlin Haaland the hero, and here is his manager, Pep Guardiola.
Well done, Pep. What did you make of the opening day victory for your side, and in particular the Premier League debut of Erling Haaland?
Yeah, it was an excellent performance. What we have not done against Liverpool in terms of be more competitive as a team, we did it today. And a team like it's not easy, especially in the long balls. And yeah, we play a really, really good game. Of course, Erling scored the 2 goals. It's important for him, for us, for everyone. So we didn't have any doubt when a guy scored a goal. And since he was born, why should not score here or in another team? Because always it's going to happen with him. But not just we make the process, the game, to create chances. And a team like this defend so deep, well, good transitions. And especially Kyle Walker was amazing today. I want to make an incredible big compliment for the game he played today. But all of them, the back four, Rodri, Gundo, Jack was brilliant in the second goal, the quality field. Everyone was really, really good.
So when you've already got that quality, what does Erling Haaland give you? Does he give you a different dimension?
What he gives us is his qualities. So that we are going to play not going to change much. We're going to adapt. We know now we have a threat there. So he's incredible deep runner and especially as a good finisher. And I would say that he is adapting perfectly in the way we want to play. And as much the games we're going through, we're going to find him more, and hopefully we can give him the opportunity to score a goal.
As well as the goals, what did you like about his performance today?
Erling? No, in general was good. Of course. But I said before after the Liverpool game, so Liverpool plays the first 90 minutes after 5 months, I think so, we didn't play, so was injured most of the time, and he's a big guy. It's not like Julian, he came from Argentina already in the competition. He's a guy who needs the rhythm, but the important is, play the way he's playing, knowing the guys, know each other, know what we want to do, and after. So I cannot teach him to score goals, I cannot say anything about that. And he has to be comfortable, knowing the locker room and the club, he's going to adapt really quick.
After the way he took his second goal today, there's already comparisons with Ronaldo, with Thierry Henry, the way he opened up his body. Do you think that he has the potential to end up in that sort of company because he has such talent?
Yeah, of course he has talent, but listen, 1 week ago when he missed the chance that we had, he was a failure, and the people say he's not going to adapt and in the Premier League, and everybody laughed of him. So, and now he's going to Thierry or Cristiano Ronaldo. Take time. So it's the first Premier League game. He's 21 or 22 years old. He has a long career, and when he's going to retire, going to hopefully stay many years here in Man City. But we're going to analyze what he has done. So be calm. So the important is the inside of us. We know what you have to do. We know the quality that he has, and alongside for the other guys, and after that we'll see.
He converted his penalty. Does that mean he'll now be the penalty taker, or is it still for the players to discuss?
Well, he took when it was penalty, and he went immediately to took the ball and has and that I like it. Not for the fact I'm going to be the taker, I'm going to score a goal. So he did it in Dortmund, I think so. And the penalties is the guy who has the confidence to do it. He's going to do it.
Pep, just one other question. You always say, look, game by game, week by week, look at our next opponents. But because this is a unique year, because of the World Cup and when it is, do you have to approach the season differently? Almost have that in your mind now?
No, we have 70 Premier Leagues, and before I think 60 or 70 Premier League games before the World Cup, and the group stage for the Champions League. So it's we have many games, so it's half part of the season. So, and I don't think before. I think prepare the team as well as possible and win West Ham game. Now, Bournemouth, new promoted. I know Scott Parker how good he is, and defend back five and prepare Bournemouth. And we'll see what happens, how far we arrive, and we'll see how good or we are, and we'll see at the end. And the people going to World Cup, you have to enjoy the World Cup, and after when they come back, we'll see how they come back. And the winners will be happier, the losers will be unhappier, and we will see. And after we take a decision day by day. It's the best lesson I learned from my career as a manager. So don't make too much perspective. So we are. Football is like life. Forget to organize your life. Just live it. And this is the best way. So tomorrow is another day, and prepare Bournemouth, and we'll see what happens.
Thanks, Pep.
You're very welcome.
Cheers, Pep. See you.
Wise words from Pep Guardiola, and he obviously doesn't want the comparisons. He doesn't want to get too carried away. We are looking at one game in the Premier League. However, when you look at Erling Haaland's numbers up to today and what he's done today, and you've analysed his all-round game at 22, how excited are you about the longevity potentially?
Well, it's understandable. Yeah, he doesn't want to put any pressure, any added pressure on, and it's a fact that a lot of people were laughing after the Community Shield, and I watched the game and I thought, wow, because I've been in that situation. I've missed 5 chances in a game and not scored, and actually come off the game I thought I played well there, and everyone's having a go at me. I'm like, no one else would have got those chances. No one else would have got in that position as quickly. And I was watching him thinking exactly the same. Forget missing chances. He's proven time and time and time again that he's a great finisher. So as long as he's getting the chances, he's going to score a hatful. He can't go and say, oh, he's going to break this record and that record. But we can sit here and say, well, what we've seen in his career so far, if he stays fit and if he stays in this Premier League for a long time, then he's going to break a lot of records. He might have come into the Premier League a little bit late to go and beat the all-time record of 260 goals of Alan Shearer, but he's going to be in the 100 club. He's possibly going to be in the 200 club. He's going to be, right up there with the leading goal scorers of all time if all those things go according to plan.